Since everyone else is talking about what they've done with these power supplies on YouTube, I figured I'd do the same and just point out a few things on this. Um, First off, this is just a standard power supply, and I don't know if you can see the information on there. It's a Y2K power supply, which means probably it's a little old, maybe pre-Y2K. Intel Pentium 4 AMD recommended, whatever that's worth. 12 volt does 5 volt and 3.3 volt, and just to show you a little bit on what it can do for power, these are the cool little gadgets that you can get from any dollar store. This one cost me $1 today, and hitched up to ground. You see I can split the ground, or I have split the ground into 2 bits here and attach them with just a little wall hanger or a cord hanger. And marked on here what each of these things is. The voltages are. If you go to WikiHow.com, it shows you all how to do this, and let's see if I can show you a little bit on how or what power is coming out of these. First one is the big one, plus 12 volts, and I've marked that on the board here. The board, incidentally, is just made of a farmer's market box, part of a farmer's market box. So, I'll show you here on the light, hopefully. You can see pretty bright with 12 volts. You can see not very bright at all. I should say not very bright at all with 5 volts. And not bright in any way with 3.3 volts. I've also got minus 12 volts. Again, very bright. And minus 5 volts in the middle range. Basically, all you got to do, turn the power supply off. Don't do anything while you have that going, of course. And unplug it. Take off the front, or the top. Group all of the wires together. Group the green and the black wires together, or tie the green and the black wires together so that it is automatically turned on. Basically, you're shorting out the switch on the front of the computer. Tuck away the gray and tuck away the purple wires that may exist there because you aren't going to need them. And group every other color together. If you look over here, got the yellow together, the blacks together. You can almost sort of see that the orange is back here, and the red. These two here are actually, if you look up here, if I get my hand out of the way of the light, the blue and the white. Because I cut them a little too short, the blue is actually this yellow, leading to the minus 12 volts, and the white is the minus 5 volts. Simple enough. In this case, very portable. And that allows you to do things like, let's see if I can do this with one hand. There's the ground on that. And I need another alligator clip. Here to the 12 volt. Again, me trying to work with one hand. Me failing to work with one hand. There, did it. And that brings up the fancy, well, it's kind of hard to see the temperature on there, little CompuNurse computer temperature sensor that allows you to, maybe I can show you the temperature while I'm actually measuring something, and maybe not. See 19.3, 19.4. That'll put the temperature sensor over to the light bulb and watch it rise very, very rapidly. 34, 38, 36, 37, 38.6. Anyway, that's enough. It's not really made to touch light bulbs. So there it is, a very simple project. Anything electronics. You can convert any ATX power supply very simply to a lab desktop workbench power supply to do all your other projects.